A very good morning, students. Today we are going to continue with the same chapter, that is chapter 15. The name of chapter is Life Processes in Living Organism. Here, let us recall what we have studied in our previous lecture. In previous lecture, we have studied about excretion in plants and human beings, dialysis, etc. Today we will learn about coordination, coordination in plants and humans, neurons, type of nerve cells, etc. In this lecture also, I will cancel out those portions or those contents which are omitted due to COVID problem. So, children, here today first we will start with the coordination in plant, because what is coordination already I taught you in the last lecture. So, let us see now. So, now we will see here some slides, children. Here, coordination in plant, we will see that plants do not have some specific organ like human being are having, like human being are having nervous system, muscular system, etc., or animals are having. That way the plant don't have. The movement in plants, they are mainly in the form of the responses given to the stimuli. So here we will see the coordination in plants. Here in this slide you can see, children, that one arrow, red arrow, is toward upward side and the white arrow is downward side. That means the roots are showing the movement toward the gravity, that is gravitropic movement, and the stem portion is showing the movement toward the upper side, that is called phototropic movement, because leaves want the sunlight, that is why they are moving toward the sun. So it is the phototropic movement. Now in this slide we can see how the plant, flower plants, they are showing the movement, that is the independent movement. So this way we can see the different types of the movement. Here in sunflower, morning glory, tulips, etc., you can see the movement. Let us start with our explanation part, children. So see here, children, these are the different movement in the plants that are shown here. Here you can see this is pollen tube growing toward the ovule. So this is the one type of the movement. Here you can see that movement are shown by the plant in response to the specific chemicals, that is called chemotropic movement. And example is growth of the pollen tube toward the ovule, that you can see in the first figure. In this figure, this is which type of the movement? It is chemotropic movement, because here the movement of the the movement, here you can see the movement is in response to the specific chemical, that is called the chemotropic movement. Now the growth of the pollen tube, that already you have seen here, children. Now we'll see here the next one is the phototropic response. The second one is the phototropic response. So in phototropic movement we can see that the shoot means the stem portion of any plant respond to the light stimulus, that means it grows toward the source of light. So the movement shown by plant toward the source of light is called the phototropic movement. Photo is connected or related with the light. Then here you can see the thigmotropic response, the third one. So this way different type of the movement are there. Uh, Same way we can see the root system of the plant responding to the stimuli like gravitation and water. These responses are called the gravitropic movement and hydrotropic movement. Now, this all above mentioned movement of the plants are related with the growth. Therefore, these movements are collectively called as the growth relevant movement. So now, children, here one thing I'll tell you, that this portion, do you know, this is cancel out. This is omitted for you full. Okay? And the definition, this all you have to underline. These are very important. So this all point you have to write down and learn. Here you can see, children, touch me not. This is Venus flytrap. That means any insect come, it closes and trap the insect. This is lotus. How they are, how they blossom. This is balsam flower. This all movement you can see here. This is in movement in various flower plants. So now, on careful observation, if you'll see in Mimosa pudica, that already I have shown you, children. Here you can see this first one I have shown you, the mimosa. This you can see here, these leaves are open, and this side these leaves are closed. Here I'll show you properly. See, here this side the leaves are closed. So when we touch at any part of the leaf, then the other part are also getting close. What it shows, that means there is a impulse, there is a wave like, that is called electrochemical impulse, that transfer the information from one part of the plant to the another, and that is why the other leaves are getting close. So this type of the movement shows that there are some specific type of the movement that we can see in the Mimosa pudica plant, that it is in common language called as the touch me not plant. Now, such specific movement lead to the movement which are not related with the plant's growth. So this specific movement of the plant do not lead with the plant's growth, and such type of the movement are called growth irrelevant movement. So this difference you have to learn. Here is the definition. I'll show you, children. Here is the definition. This is important. You have to learn, children. And as already told you, that this portion is cancelled. Now we will see the coordination in human being. Sometime you might have seen that when the cricket game is going on, or cricket they are playing, that time there is a specific coordination among the movement of the players. So that is the example of the coordination in human being, children. Now here we will see that different process which go on simultaneously in the human body All these processes need to be efficiently and effectively controlled and coordinated. So this can be done with the systems, so that we will see here. First we can see the nervous control. So here we can see, children, that human can respond to the changes in their surrounding due to the nervous control. The impulses which are generated in the human body, so in according to the change in the surrounding, this nervous system or nervous control play very important role in our body cells with the ability to respond to these impulses. For example, suddenly if you touch any hot thing, children, you are just with the jerk you are removing your hand, because you know that message goes to your brain that you are going to get here burn. So that is why the brain is sending you back answer, or brain is responding you that you have to remove your hand. So this way this impulse is formed. So this ability depend upon the complexity of the organization in organism of body structure. That means how that organism's body is complex, it depend on that. Like for example, amoeba is having very simple body, unicellular. So that means they are not having any nervous system. But in case of the human being, they are having the nervous system, so it depend on that. So here you have to underline, children, that unicellular animals like amoeba do not have a nervous system which produces such impulses and responses. However, multicellular animals like human, they are having the nervous system which respond to stimuli. Control and coordination is brought about with the help of a specific type of the nerve cells that are also called as the neurons. So we'll study now about the neurons. So see your children, now we are going to study about the nerve cell or neurons. These are special type of the cells, and they are just conduct the impulse or masses from one place to the another in our body. So such cells are called the neurons. So this point you have to underline. Let us change some color so that you can understand properly. So these are the neurons. Neurons are actually, we can say that they are the structural and functional unit of the nervous system. Like our body's structural and functional unit are cells. So same way here in nervous system, the structural and functional units are these neurons, children. So this point also you underline. It is very important point. This all point you have to write and learn. Nerve cells are the largest cells of the human body. This is also very important, children. So that is why I am just underlining with the different color. So they may measure up to few meters in the length. While you know that cells are very minute, we have to see in the microscope. So nerve cells have the ability to generate and conduct the electrochemical impulses. So these cells are supporting to the nerve cells and helping to their functioning are called the neuroglia. So here these are the important things. The cell, we can see here, the cells that support nerve cells and help in their functioning are called neuroglial. This is important. This is called neuroglial. Now, nerve cells and neuroglia, this together form the nerves. Now, all the information about this our surrounding is collected by the end of the dendrites. So that I'll show you, children. Here is the figure. You can see here. You can understand in better way. This is your figure, children. So you understand properly. First, here is the dendrites. These are the dendrites. Here in the center, this is the nucleus. This full is the cell body. This full structure is the cell body. Now, this portion is called as the axon. So, from dendrites, basis goes to the axon. Then here you can see the node of Ranvier, axon terminal, etc. Nerve cells, myelin sheath, Schwann cells, etc. are there. Now this from axon, this message goes to the axon terminal. Now here only the another cells axon will meet. Or here you can see, children, after this axon terminal and here in this part, this portion is called the synapse. Here the some portion is there where this, it is called presynaptic terminal. So here you can see, children, this whatever the ending are there, axon ending are there, these are the axon ending. You can see here, these are the axon ending. These are just rest on the another structure, and that when they meet to the another then another nerve cells dendrites, that time that portion or the space between them, that is called the synapse. Now here what is the correct meaning of synapse? Synapse means the junction of two nerve cells. What is the meaning of synapse? The junction of two nerve cells. So all the information about our surrounding is, whatever the information is there about our surrounding, that is getting collected by the end of the dendrites of the neuron, and the chemical process that begins as these ends only. An electrical impulse is also generated, which is conducted from dendrites to the cell, then from cell to the axon, then axon to the terminals, and these impulses then to be transferred from this nerve cells to the next nerve cells. And I already told you that between these two nerve cells, one space is there. This is very minute space it is. So through that these chemicals are passing, which are carrying the impulse. So this space is called the synapse. So what is the synapse, children? How you will understand? Where the junction of two nerve cells takes place, or two nerve cells are just joining, that is called the synapse. So between two adjacent neuron, and the it generates the impulse in the dendrites of the next neuron. So these way impulses are conducted in the body, and these impulses are finally conveyed to the nerve cells, then to the muscles, and then it may be gland also. So here this structure you might have understood, I think, children. This also you can see the post. Here you can see synaptic vessels are there. Here these are synaptic vessel, these are synaptic cleft, and this is postsynaptic membrane. This membrane is called the postsynaptic membrane. So this all structure is about the nerve cells and neuromuscular junction. So learn it properly, because it will help you in the 10th standard also. Here you can see, children, this portion you have to underline that what is synapse, because it is most important, mostly it is coming in exam. So impulse that reaches the terminal of an axon stimulates the nerve cells to secrete certain chemical. These chemicals pass through a minute space that is called the synapse. Synapse means the junction of two nerve cells. So this all is important. So impulse are finally conveyed to the nerve cells, then to muscles and or gland. Now we'll see our next topic. When an action or movement is to be brought about in the body, the work of the muscular tissue comes in the last only in sequence. Mean all the work is done in a sequence. So that comes in the last only. What comes in the last, children? That here you can see whatever the action in the muscle is done, that comes in the last. First the action of the nerves is taking place. So this point you have to underline in the last in sequence. Now movement of muscle cell is very essential for the movement of or any activity of our body. So when cell contract to change their shape, the movement occurs at the cellular level. That means first of all the cell will show the movement, then only the muscle will show. Muscle cells have the ability that they can change their shape due to the special type of the proteins which is present there, and due to these proteins. So this point you have to underline, that muscle cell have the ability to change the shape due to some special type of protein. So due to this types of the protein, the cell become able to respond the electrical impulses of the nerve. Now, we can say that the nervous system consists of a well organized network of the nerve, which can conduct information in the form of electrical impulses from one part to the another. So, this also you have to underline, children, it is important part. So here some queries are there that are cancelled out for you, children. Now we will see the types of nerve cell or neurons. So according to the function, the how many types of the nerve cells are there, children? Here you can see three types of the nerve cells are there. First is sensory neurons, motor neurons, association neurons. That means one type of the sensory neurons are just taking the message to the brain. The other type of the neurons, they are bringing back the answer from the brain. And the third one are associating neurons, which perform the function of the integration in the nervous system. So first is the sensory neuron. So this definition you have to learn, children, because these are important. Sensory neurons conduct impulses from sensory organ to the brain and spinal cord. You know, spinal cord, our vertebral column is there. Inside that, the hindbrain get tapered, and in the form of a thread-like structure, it is present in the vertebral column. That is called the spinal cord. So the motor neurons, they conduct the impulses from brain to the spinal cord, then to the effector organ like the muscles or the glands. So whenever the message goes to the brain, with the help of this sensory neurons, the brain interprets mean it answers that what should be done according to that message, and that answer come to the particular part. For example, we are touching the plant, how the mimosa pudica leaves are getting shrunken because of the nerve impulse, because of the impulse that is formed there. Same way in our body also, if anybody is pricking the needle to our hand, suddenly we remove our hand because our mind, our brain tells us that remove your hand, otherwise you will get hurt. Same way, if we are running and suddenly one stone comes, then we avoid the stone and then run, because we know that if by mistake we will just kick the stone, or we will just go and just collide with that stone, then we may get hurt, we may get fall. So that all we had to we this all answer we get from our brain only. And the third one already I told you, these are association neurons, that mean they do the function of integration in the nervous system. Now children, here we'll see the human nervous system. The human nervous system is divided into the three parts. So what are these three parts? First is the central nervous system, second is peripheral nervous system, and third is the autonomic nervous system. So from this central nervous system we will start in the next lecture. Here I will show you the diagram of the human nervous system. This is the diagram of human nervous system. You can see here children, this is human nervous system. How the CNS is there, that means central nervous system. PNS means peripheral nervous system is there. And this way we can understand the nervous system. So from central nervous system we will start in the next lecture. Note down all the important points, learn it by heart, and practice all the diagrams that are also very important children. Thank you.